You ever wake up to the sound of gravel crunching outside your front gate and know deep down it's about to be the start of something stupid? That was me just a few months after I thought I'd finally left all the battles behind. 20 years in the cavalry seen more than my share of sand, sweat, and bureaucracy, but nothing prepped me for a war with a suburban queen named Karen and her band of HOA loyalists. See, when I bought my patch of heaven, a rundown old ranch in Northern California, I figured my biggest headache would be fixing fence posts, maybe chasing off the odd coyote. 80 acres, half-collapsed barn, and a house that smelled like cedar, and old secrets felt like home, you know? There wasn't supposed to be an HOA for miles, just a gravel road twisting up from the county highway and my name on the deed. I checked it all myself. No hidden fine print. No neighbor in shouting distance unless you count deer or hawks. But the universe, or maybe just bad luck, decided to throw Karen into the mix. First time I met her, I was knee-deep in gravel, leveling out the entrance for runoff sweat dripping off my nose, feeling halfway alive again. Here comes a silver SUV rolling up HOA decals plastered everywhere like warning labels. Out steps Karen Blonde pressed windbreaker smile that could sour milk. "You must be the new tenant," she says, as if that's not already an insult. Before I could blink, she was telling me that my brand new steel gate, had to come down. "You're blocking a community easement. Trail access. You're violating emergency regulations." That's when I knew this was going to get messy. "Ma'am," I told her, "this road is on my deed, private since Eisenhower. I've got the survey right here if you want to see it." She whipped out a tablet, pointed at a fuzzy map, claimed my driveway was some kind of community trail. I almost laughed. You know, it's funny how some folks think a clipboard and a loud voice make them right. "You're going to regret that attitude," she says with this look, like she's about to report me to the Weather Channel. I shrugged. "I value privacy. We're even." She floored it in reverse, kicked up enough rocks to cover my boots. "Welcome to Pine Hollow." Didn't take long for the games to start. A couple nights later, my camera caught two yahoos in reflective vests trying to pop my gate with bolt cutters in a pry bar, middle of the damn night. Siren scared them off, but not before they did a number on my keypad and bent a post. The best part, one vest had a Pine Hollow Estates patch. Subtle right. Next day, I find a ripped HOA newsletter under my windshield wiper, some dog crap just inside the gate, a note scrawled in loopy cursive. "You're not welcome here. I mean, passive aggression must be an HOA elective." Now I've dealt with worse. Roadside bombs, ambushes, teenagers learning to ride in the rain. This wasn't even in my top 10. But I could see what was coming. Karen didn't lose easy. So I upgraded. Concrete footings, 8-gauge steel swing gate, encrypted keypad trail cams, hidden up the ridge sign that screamed private property, not part of Pine Hollow. Even added a speaker that politely told trespassers to turn around bet that haunted their dreams. It was only a matter of time before she came back, this time with backup. Her, a miserable-looking dude in a golf vest, two more in a white Jeep. "Mr. Lawson," she called, "we need a serious discussion." I told her unless that discussion included paying for my busted gate, I wasn't interested. She blabbed about liability and community trail networks. I told her flat out, "Your trail ends 120 feet north. You want to hike, get a trail map. You want an evacuation, use your own damn roads." You could see the HOA rage twitching behind her eyes. "You're making enemies here. Don't need friends who cut my fence," I shot back. That's when my speaker piped up. "You are trespassing on private land. Please turn around." She about blew a gasket, stormed off, ordered her crew to file paperwork. You ever see someone so mad they almost drive over your no trespassing marker? Yeah, that happened. But Karen's not the type to take a hint. A few days later, certified letter from the county, notice of complaint, alleged obstruction of fire evacuation easement. I opened it up. There's a revised trail map. I'd never seen red lines running right through my land, as if her word could just redraw the world. Called the zoning office, talked to an investigator named Cortez. I told him straight, "That map's a fake. Show me what you've got," he says. Next morning, I'm out there with every map, survey, notarized statement. Hell, even drone overlays. It all matched. My road was mine. No easement, no corridor. Cortez saw the truth. He especially liked the drone shots proving no trail ever crossed my land, just deer and runoff. "So, this is the road Karen wants?" he asked. "Yup, and that map's as real as her sense of boundaries." He nodded, took copies, said he'd file a report. I thought maybe that'd be the end. Nope. Next day, another letter, CAL FIRE this time, some urgent request for inspection signed by Karen, claiming I was blocking an evacuation route and endangering the whole HOA. I laughed so hard I almost dropped the phone. I called CAL FIRE myself, offered a tour. Inspector Ramirez came out, sharp guy, no patience for suburban drama. I showed him the real boundary, the fire-ready trail I built on my own dime, the fake corridor ending in a patch of brush. "That's a hell of a leap," he muttered. Ramirez confirmed it. No official fire route crossed my land, and Karen had been using my road as an exit for years without even asking. Worse, she'd submitted false claims, criminal stuff. "You're in the clear, Mr. Lawson." But she's not. CAL FIRE sent their findings to the DA, and for the first time I felt the tide turn. That night things went sideways again. Around 2:30 a.m., I heard thumping, not wind, not coyotes. Out in the dark, someone set off my alarm, planted mechanical noise boxes, clogged the barn drainage with junk, spooked my horses. Bad enough my old mare was bleeding. Security footage caught two figures, one in a Pine Hollow ball cap. Karen's husband back for round 2. I filed another report, brought in Dr. Alice Rendon, a retired USDA investigator I knew from a vet seminar. She called it what it was: sabotage targeting livestock, intent to damage. By week's end, I'd upgraded every sensor setup, satellite video, archiving, filed a civil complaint for harassment and threats to my animals. The sheriff now called me by first name. "Ever think about a wall?" he joked. Wouldn't work. I said she'd just complain about the shadow. He got serious. "You're not her first. She's got a history." That landed. Then official notice: Karen under investigation for forgery, criminal misrepresentation. Turns out she'd faked maps and other disputes, always the same pattern, her signature on each. I filed a protective order for myself, my horses, even my students. That Friday, a convoy of unmarked trucks showed up, guys pretending to be state officials, but I wasn't born yesterday. They zip-tied a bogus survey notice to my gate referencing a law that didn't exist. Ramirez from CAL FIRE confirmed it pure nonsense. Next, a volunteer from the HOA tried sneaking around with a measuring wheel, set off my alarm, bolted, but the cameras got his face. Cops nailed him for trespassing. But the real kicker: some HOA residents turned on Karen, filing a class action suit. She'd been skimming fees for legal defense, bullying anyone who asked questions. $42,000 unaccounted for. Suddenly, I wasn't alone. News got out. A local paper called me the cowboy who held the line. I didn't care about fame, just wanted my land in peace. But Karen wasn't done. She started flooding the county with anonymous complaints. Illegal horse barns, unauthorized cameras, whatever buzzword salad she could invent. Inspectors came out, looked around, left, shaking their heads. Everything's clean. Still, it chewed up my days, time I'd rather spend working with kids or mending fences. Then Karen went for broke. A special emergency HOA meeting with press and county folks invited. She stood up, trembling with righteous fury, claimed I was blocking evacuation routes, endangering families, showed a new map splitting my land with fake emergency arrows. That was her biggest mistake. I screenshotted the whole thing, sent it straight to CAL. Fire the sheriff, my lawyer. CAL FIRE filed criminal charges, fraudulent use of state insignia, fake documents, the works. And still, she tried one more time. Sabotaged my water runoff, concrete slurry in the ditch, tried to flood my barn. Security footage, chemical samples, footprints, all pointed back to Pine Hollow. My lawyer filed a civil suit for environmental sabotage, sent everything to the press. Headlines exploded. Veterans Ranch targeted an HOA turf war. Strangers started nodding at me in town. You're the gate guy, right? Karen went quiet, but not for long. Anonymous threats, bogus fire hazard complaints, even intimidation notes taped to my fence. You don't belong here. My agro-terrorism consultant told me they're escalating. And right on cue, the Association for Private Property Rights reached out. They wanted to make my story a case study, sent in their own legal team, and compliance officers mapped every fake boundary Karen had ever claimed. A financial audit finally revealed the full extent, over $80,000 legal fees siphoned from HOA members for her private crusade. The breaking point came at a town hall when Karen pushed too far, snapped, "If we let that cowboy turn our mountain into some PTSD petting zoo, we lose everything this community stands for." It was all on camera. Within days, the state attorney general got involved. CAL FIRE reopened their probe. The sheriff raided the HOA office. It was over fast. Karen was charged falsifying documents, obstruction, harassment. 6 years probation, banned from any future property management. Pine Hollow HOA put under state supervision. I got $410,000 in damages, but what mattered most was my peace. I replaced my battered gate with a steel arch, no HOA beyond this point. The vets from my riding program came out. We grilled steaks, watched the sun go down, painted a new sign, Karen Proof since 2025. Sometimes you don't pick the fight, but if it lands on your doorstep, you'd better stand your ground. So let me ask you, how far would you go to protect what's yours when someone tries to take it with lies and threats? Drop your thoughts below. Ever had an HOA nightmare? Where do you draw the line between community and control? Hit that, like, share your story, and don't forget out here, a good gate makes good neighbors, but a strong spine wins the war.